Biafra, oh, Biafra, oh, Biafra, motherland. Oh, Biafra, oh, Biafra, oh, Biafra, all the time. Oh, Biafra, oh, Biafra, oh, Biafra, motherland. Oh, Biafra, oh, Biafra, oh, Biafra, all the time. Motherland, motherland, oh, my beautiful home. Land filled with milk and honey, you will forever be my home. Motherland, motherland, I will never forget you in my life. Land filled with milk and honey, you will forever be my home. Motherland, motherland, oh my sweet sweet home. Land of the rising sun, you will forever be my home. Amalgamation is over. We are going home. We are going home. We are going home. Amalgamation is over. Yes, we must go to our blessed land. Leave us alone, leave us alone, leave us alone. Pretend we wanna go home. We wanna go to a promised land and want to provide them the God of Israel. Leave us alone, leave us alone, leave us alone. Pretend we wanna go home. We wanna go to a promised land and want you to find them the God of Israel. By the river Niger, the way sat down. Yeah, we were when we remember Biafra. When the British carried us away in captivity, requiring from us the song. Now how shall we sing to bim-massob? And Mr. Boko Haram, extend my greetings to Her Majesty, and don't forget to let her know amalgamation is over, and we are are going home. By the river Niger, there we sat down. Yeah, we were when we remembered Biafra. When the British carried us away in captivity, requiring from us a song. Now how shall we sing to bim-massob? And it's a Boko Haram. Send my message to Queen Elizabeth, and don't forget to let her know amalgamation is over, and we are going home. We will never, never, never surrender. We will never, never, never be conquered. Even the last man standing shall fight to the end. We will never, never, never surrender. We will never, never, never surrender. We will never, never, never get tired. Even the last man standing shall fight to the end. We will never, never, never surrender. Never, never surrender. We will never, never, never be conquered. Even the last. Oh, hell, Biafra, motherland. Oh, hell, Biafra, Biafra, all the time. Oh, hell, Biafra, motherland. Oh, hell, Biafra, all the time. Motherland, oh, my beautiful home.
Hello, our caller online. Good evening. I will wish you call us back as from 8:30 to 9 o'clock. By then we shall be on air, please. Please, all our callers, we are advising you give us a call as from 8:30. All our callers as from 8:30, you give us call, please. All our callers, please online, give us a call back as from 8:30. By then we shall be on air. Yes, please call with number ending with 6770. Call back as from 8:30. We shall be on air. Equally, the other caller online, please, as from 8:30, give us a call. By then we shall be on air. Remain blessed. Thank you very much for being with us.
Rising sun, you will forever be my home. Amalgamation is over. We are going home. We are going home. We are going home. Amalgamation is over. Yes, we must go. to our blessed land. Leave us alone, leave us alone, leave us alone. Pretend we wanna go home. We wanna go to promised land and want to find Mama, the God of Israel. Leave us alone, leave us alone, leave us alone. Pretend we wanna go home. We wanna go to promised land and want to find Mama, the God of Israel. By the river Niger, there we sat down. Yeah, we were when we remembered Biafra. When the British carried us away in captivity, requiring from us a song. Now how shall we sing to bim-massob? And Mr. Boko Haram, extend my greetings to Her Majesty, and don't forget to let her know amalgamation is over and we are going home. By the river Niger, there we sat down. Yeah, we wept when we remembered Biafra. When the British carried us away in captivity, requiring from us a song. Now how shall we sing to bim-massob? And Mr. Boko Haram, send my message to Queen.
Please, our caller with number ending 534, give us call back as from 8:30. By then we shall be on air. We are trying to set up our studio for this evening's broadcast starting at 8:30 Biafra Nigeria time. Thank you so much for being with us. Call us back 8:30 to 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Then we shall be on air. The traditional ruler of Eke Oba in Ohoho, Umahia, not local government, as a worker shall be addressing us. Join us as from 8:30 and remain blessed. Thank you so much.
Even the last man standing shall fight to the end. We will never, never, never surrender. We will never, never, never surrender. We will never, never, never get tired. Even the last man standing shall fight to the end. We will never, never, never surrender. Oh, hell, Biafra, oh, hell, Biafra, oh, hell, Biafra, motherland. Oh, hell, Biafra, oh, hell, Biafra, oh, hell, Biafra, all the time. Oh, help Biafra, oh, help Biafra, help Biafra, motherland. Oh, help Biafra, oh, help Biafra, oh, help Biafra all the time. Motherland, motherland, oh, my beautiful home. Land filled with milk and honey, you will forever be my home. Motherland, motherland, I will never forget you in my life. Land filled with milk and honey, you will forever be my home. Motherland, motherland, oh my sweet, sweet home. Land of the rising sun, you will forever be my home. Amalgamation is over. We are going home. We are going home. We are going home. Amalgamation is over. Yes, we must go to our blessed land. Leave us alone, leave us alone, leave us alone. Pretend we wanna go home. We wanna go to promised land and want to find Yama, the God of Israel. Leave us alone, leave us alone, leave us alone. Pretend we wanna go home. We wanna go to promised land and want to find Yama, the God of Israel. By the river Niger, there we sat down. Yeah, we were when we remembered Biafra. When the British carried us away in captivity, requiring from us the song. Now how shall we sing to bim-massob and Mr. Boko Haram? Extend my greetings to Her Majesty, and don't forget to let her know amalgamation is over and we are going home. organizer. There we sat down. Yeah, we wept when we remember Biafra. When the British carried us away in captivity, requiring from us a song. Now how shall we sing to bim-massob? And it's a Boko Haram. Send my message to Queen Elizabeth, and don't forget to let her know amalgamation is over and we are going home. We never, never, never surrender. We will never, never, never be conquered. Even the last man standing shall fight to the end. We will never, never, never surrender. We will never, never, never surrender. We will never, never, never get tired. Even the last man standing shall fight to the end. We will never, never, never surrender. Oh, hell Biafra, oh, hell Biafra, oh, hell Biafra, motherland. Oh, hell Biafra, oh, hell Biafra, oh, hell Biafra, all the time. Motherland, motherland, oh, my beautiful home land. Filled with milk and honey, you will forever be my home. Motherland, motherland, I will never forget you in my life. Land filled with milk and honey, you will forever be my home. Motherland, motherland, oh my sweet sweet home. Land of the rising sun, you will forever be my home. Amalgamation is over. We are going home. We are going home. We are going home. Amalgamation is over. Yes, we must go to our blessed land. Leave us alone, leave us alone, leave us alone. Pretend we wanna go home. We wanna go to promised land and want to provide their mama. The God of Israel. Leave us alone, leave us alone, leave us alone. Pretend we wanna go home. We wanna go to promised land and want to provide their mama. The God of Israel. By the river Niger, there we sat down. Yeah, we were when we remembered Biafra. When the British carried us away in captivity, requiring from us the song. Now how shall we sing to cry bim-massob? And Mr. Boko Haram, extend my greetings to Her Majesty, and don't forget to let her know amalgamation is over, and we are going home. By the river Niger, there we sat down. Yeah, we wept when we remembered Biafra. When the British carried us away in captivity, requiring from us a song. Now how shall we sing to bim-massob? And Mr. Boko Haram, send my message to Queen Elizabeth, and don't forget to let her know amalgamation is over, and we are going home. We will never, never, never surrender. We will never, never, never be conquered. Even the last man standing shall fight to the end. We will never, never, never surrender. We will never, never, never surrender. We will never, never, never get tired. Even the last man standing shall fight to the end. We will never, never, never surrender. Oh, help Biafra, oh, help Biafra, oh, help Biafra, motherland. Oh, help Biafra, oh, help Biafra, oh, help Biafra all the time. Motherland, motherland, oh, my beautiful home. Land filled with milk and honey, you will forever be my home. Motherland, motherland, I will never forget you in my life. Land filled with milk and honey, you will forever be my home. Motherland, motherland, oh my sweet, sweet home. Land of the rising sun, you will forever be my home. Amalgamation is over. We are going home. We are going home. We are going home. Amalgamation is over. Yes, we must go to our blessed land. Give us a land, give us a land, give us a land. Britain, we wanna go home. We wanna go to promised land and want to Guadiana. We go back to Israel. Leave us alone, leave us alone, leave us alone. Britain, we wanna go home. We wanna go to.
From the satellite station of the Voice of Biafra International, Music Biafra keeps on playing. We are here to entertain you with Music Biafra. Join us this evening as we bring you latest update on the Nigerian Biafra conflict. As a Wakena, the traditional ruler of Ekoba in Umahia North local government area, is our guest tonight. Join us and listen to him. We are here for everybody, despite your own group affiliation or ideological leanings. We are here to provide for every Biafran because we are children of the same ancestral parentage.
When we remember Biafra,
Tell us your mind and hear from us. It is a voice for the people.
Requiring from us the song.
Take it or leave it. Biafra has come to be.
Bim-massob, and Mr. Boko Haram.
Biafra is a divine institution.
Her Majesty.
It's God's creation on earth. No force will stop us.
The mission is over, and we are going.
A nation in Africa in the making. Join us as we march towards Biafra land, the African Zion.
By the river Niger, the way sat down. Yeah, we were when we remember Biafra. When the British carried us away in captivity, requiring from us the song. Now how shall we sing to Bim-massob? And Mr. Boko Haram, send a message to Queen Elizabeth, and don't forget to let her know amalgamation is over, and we are going home. We will never, never, never surrender. We will never, never, never. We will never, never, never surrender. We will never, never, never surrender.
Yeah, Uchenna, please, you have to hold on. As soon as it's 8:30, we are going to be on air. Right now, Music Biafra continues to play to the delight of our listeners. Our guest speaker is already there. He's attending a meeting. In few minutes' time, he's going to be with us. Meanwhile, we keep on entertaining our people with the best of Biafra, touching songs. That is what we are doing right now. Very many Biafrans already are on air, logged on, listening to this particular music, and they, indeed, commenting that the music is quite touching. It's a soul-searching, touching type of song that tries to compose and exhilarate our minds, because in the present day Nigerian circumstances, we are disturbed and saddened. When music Biafra plays to our own delight, we become quite hilarious. Bear with me, Uchenna Okeke. As soon as we start, I am going to correct you. Meanwhile, music Biafra plays on.
Surrender, we never get tired. Even the last man standing, so fight to the end. We will never surrender. Oh, help Biafra, help Biafra, help Biafra, motherland. Oh, help Biafra, help Biafra, help Biafra all the time. Motherland, motherland, oh, my beautiful home. Land, live with you can honey, you will forever be my home. Motherland, I will never forget you in my life. Yeah, you me and honey, you will forever be my home. Motherland, motherland, oh my sweet people, like all the rising and
Let me get in touch with him.
Copy the key.
place. So once again, let me know our members of the Voice of Biafra International Crew are already online with us. I have to go and introduce to you one after the other those who are lined up already. From Germany, Mike Obi Ukaha, are you online right now to address our people and to welcome our special guest, the traditional ruler of Ekoba, Ohoho Umahia, not local government area, Eze Ihani Chukwu Mwokena. Michael Kaha, are you there? Yeah, once your name is mentioned, you try and identify yourself for our people to know that indeed you are online with us. Echezona Udeza, our brother, our dependable brother, patriotic brother, who is resident in Japan, always sacrificing his early morning sleep to be with us. Are you online with us right now?
I'm here.
You are welcome indeed. You are welcome to our program this evening, and always remain blessed. Mike Ukaha right now is online with us. Mike, say hello to our fellow Biafrans before I tell you what I have in mind. Mike Ukaha, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator.
Please speak louder. Our people cannot hear you. Speak a bit louder.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator, Bibi Egono. Thank you for the Biafrans, and thank you, my fellow crew members.
You are welcome. Mike, I would advise you call, there's another number you call, because this very number you are calling now is reserved for our special guest this evening. You can take over this number. Of course, you are here in Germany, 01521. I think you know one of these German vobi numbers.
Yeah, I do.
Yes, check one of them. That's the one you call. There are two or three numbers.
I do.
If you call the correct one, I will tell you. Please.
Okay then. Okay.
Yes, the one that ends with a 633, something like that. Yeah, this one is for our guest speaker. Thank you very much. Uche DG in Accra, Ghana. Are you with us right now online?
Yes, my able brother, I'm here with you.
Thank you very much for being with us. Indeed, thank you so much. Let me ask equally, Ume Maslinos from Lagos, are you with us right now online?
Yes, I'm with you.
Thank you very much and equally welcome. Now from Lagos, let us move on to the hotbed of Nigeria, where things are happening right now, either for something good or for something bad. We know it is not all that uhuru for people of Benue State. But there, our noble commentator, moderator, member of the crew, Uchenna Okeke, is still holding sway. Uchenna Okeke, are you online with us right now?
Live and direct, the oracle. God bless us.
Thank you very, very much. Now, I am trying to equally find out if Jude Chijoke is awake in Lagos now. Of course, he must be awake, because right now it's still 20 hours 38 minutes in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm trying to get him online. He has been waiting for us since. Once he picks up the call, I will equally introduce him. This evening, very many Biafrans in thousands and millions are already logged on from my central server here. The number is quite overwhelming. Those who are already listening to our evening's broadcast, coming to you from the satellite station of the Voice of Biafra International under the auspices of the bim-massob family. Of course, the leadership of the unpretentious Chief Dr. Raf Owazirike, the pioneer after Ojukwu, Biafra leader. Take it or leave it. He is on the front line. Any other person or group queues behind. That is why we are here this evening, providing this particular platform to address our people, to give them updates, the news with us, both in Biafra land in Nigeria, in Africa, and the world at large. That is why we are here. We don't miss words. We are unpretentious in our bearing because we represent the people. That is why we are called the people's voice. And that's the situation of things now. Like we earlier told you, and it is true, our special guest this particular evening, the 11th of February 2018, is no other person but the Honorable His Royal Highness, the traditional ruler of Ekoba, Ohoho, in Umuahia, not local government area, Eze Ihaichukwu Mokenna. He is our special guest this evening to talk to Biafrans, to address Biafrans, to inform Biafrans, to advise Biafrans equally. Right now, as I'm talking, he is holding a special meeting. Don't forget, he's a traditional ruler, His Royal Majesty. Once he is through, he has informed us, he will be with us shortly. Bear with us while we discuss other pertinent issues that concern the people of Biafra, the Zion Africa, a country chosen by God to bring light and enlightenment to the entire African continent and to the world at large. And we have to tell you indeed that no matter what the enemy does against the Biafra resurgence, we are coming to be. Heavens have pronounced it, the earth must equally obey. Come rain, come shine, come afterwards, what would? Let me go back to the stage, and then one after the other, to bring you information on those with us. And once I mention your name, members of the crew, you have 2 minutes to address Biafrans who are here now logged on while we wait for our special guest speaker. So, let me begin from the far end of the world, the Asian continent, where Echezona Udeze is still trying to wake up from sleep to be part of the Biafra struggle. Echezona Udeze, you have 2 minutes, please, to address Biafrans and give them welcome to this evening's program because it's going to be quite entertaining. Echezona Udeze, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, my brother.
Raise your voice a bit. Biafrans want to hear your noble voice.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Kennego. Thank you once again. First of all, I have to say God bless you, and I have to pray that God will encourage you for the work you are doing. And I also thank God for all the Biafra all over the world who are listening to us. God shall bless them and supply all their needs according to His rich glory by Christ Jesus. My prayer for every Biafra is to be alive to see Biafra, because Biafra is for the living and not for the dead. I don't pray for anybody to lose his life for any reason in the name of struggle. Again, I want to encourage our people over there to take care of themselves, protect themselves, guide themselves from every attack of any enemy in our land. That when we come back to Biafra, we shall meet them alive. That's remember my advice to all of them. And I want everybody to concentrate on whatever they are doing, that at the end, that we may rejoice together and celebrate and jubilate together the freedom of our country, Biafra. Because Biafra is a reality, it's not a joke, it's not a side play. It's not just, we're not just talking, we're not just making noise or talking about Biafra every day on the air, spending our time, giving ourselves sleepless night and day. So I pray that every one of us will enjoy the struggle of Biafra. I also want to say thank you to Chief Afro Wazirike, who has made it possible for us to be here today, together all the time to discuss on the radio about our way forward in our struggle. Thank you, Mr. Kendegon. God bless you more and more, and protect and guide you and your family, and give you strength in this mission in Jesus' name.
Thank you very much for that wonderful, inspiring prayer coming right away from Japan, from the lips of our able brother Echezona Udeze. Indeed, you have said it all. Biafra is a blessing to humanity, and there's nothing anybody can do to stop it. Biafra is there for all of us, and all we need to do is to strive harder, have the faith, the confidence, and the courage. We must remain unrelenting because a question of time and time, as approved by divine providence, Biafra is there with us. Thank you very much for being with us. You are welcome. Now, from Japan, let us move down, see to the continental level. Right now, in particular at Accra, where Uche DG, our patriotic Biafran, is waiting. Uche DG, you are welcome to the program. Once again, take 2 minutes and talk to Biafrans and give them welcome to this particular program. Uche DG.
Thank you, my able moderator, Iken Egono, and all the members of Radio Voice of Biafra International. I am very grateful to be with you and all the Biafran leaders, more especially ambition leader and vision leader, Chief Dr. Afu Wazrike, and all those who have been supporting him from all parts of the world. I am very grateful to say you are welcome on today's edition. This is Uche Duji speaking from Ghana. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Uche Diji, for that wonderful introduction. We are indeed grateful to you for being part of this particular program. We can never forget you. Please, we have a caller right now from Biafra land with number that ends 2534. If you can grant us some minutes, we are introducing members of the crew. I know you are eager to speak to Biafrans, but please bear with us. In the next 10 to 15 minutes, I will give you audience to address Biafrans. With the number ending 2534. Bear with me, we are still on the introductory level. Thank you very much. Thank you very much there. Now, from Accra, let us move down to Lagos. bim-massob, are you over there?
Yes, Oracle, I'm here.
Yeah, you are free. Take 2 minutes and welcome fellow Biafrans who are already logged on to this particular program.
Okay, thank you. Good evening once again to fellow Biafrans all over the world who are listening to us live from Voice of Biafra International, Germany. And it is with a great pleasure that all of us, what we have been expecting, by the special grace of God, will soon realize that we are already in it, which is Biafra. The entire air, the atmosphere everywhere has confirmed it. And we that are here in Lagos, we move all over as and as you listen to all this all through the broadcast, may God continue to bless all of us and continue to guide and protect us so that together we shall celebrate that great country and put out our best to make it become the best of what it's supposed to be when God will finally make us to become the leaders He has created us to be. Thank you and remain blessed as we continue to listen to us.
Thank you very much, bim-massob, for being with us and for your very wonderfully encouraging statements which you have just given to fellow Biafrans. Indeed, they are quite exhilarated hearing your voice. Now, from there, Lagos, let us move a step further to Benue State. Uchenna Okeke, over to you. 2 minutes to talk to fellow Biafrans.
It is my pleasure to have all the listeners of the Voice of Biafra International. I want to tell you guys that it is not over until it is over. In fact, we celebrate with us. And may God bless you all as we continue to pay the price for the sovereign states of Biafra. We continue to pay the price by listening, by contributing, and God, in His infinite mercy, He will definitely bring us there. And at the same time, I want to thank our leader, Chief Dr. Ralph Wazurike, who has made it possible for this name to be heard again all over the world. May God bless you in abundance. Thank you, Oracle.
Thank you so much, Uchenna Okeke, for being part of the struggle, for being part of this particular broadcast and every other broadcast that tend to throw more light to our people as everything happens in the Nigerian Federation, specifically Biafra. From Lagos, from Benue State, Makurdi in particular, still we go back to Lagos. Here, Jude Chijoke has been waiting. Jude Chijoke, are you online right now with us? Yeah, raise your voice and take 2 minutes and say hello to fellow Biafras are waiting in thousands right now for this particular broadcast.
Lagos, Nigeria. I would like to use this opportunity to tell my fellow Biafrans that it has been quite a very long struggle, and I want to urge you all that you guys have patience, because good things doesn't come easy. It has been quite a very long struggle, like I have said. Every member of bim-massob, I'm using this same opportunity to congratulate them for the achievements being done so far. And concerning the challenges that we are facing in the struggles today, I believe it's just a question of time. It will all fizzle out. Thank you, fellow Biafrans, and I urge you all to pay attention on today's broadcast as we enlighten you more and discuss on very important things. Thank you. Thank you, Kenego.
Thank you very much, Judy Chijoke. You are once again welcome to our program. And while we are expecting our guest speaker this evening, who is holding a meeting somewhere but has promised to be with us shortly, let me equally introduce a few of our fellow Biafrans who are quite regular to our weekly broadcast, whose names we must never forget to introduce to our fellow Biafrans. From Biafra land, we have right now waiting for this program our brother Chukwuemeka Joseph Abuze. We say welcome to him. Chigozie Egwonwu is equally waiting there. We say welcome to him. And our sister, our Biafra lady, Ada Biafra, Sister Rita Ebere Chukwu Adibog is equally there waiting for us. Friday, Innocent Madubofu is equally there. Michael Oke is waiting for us. Chiboy Wode is waiting. Crystal Owoma is waiting. Chibueze Okere is there. Arinze Ngogili is there. Iheadoma Babi is there, of course. Obayi is there, whatever it's called. Oscar Nwakaitus is there, of course. Emmanuel Ukusike is there. Ihekumere Ifa is there. Upoma John, of course, is there. Kingsley Iwojo is there. Very many. Chideki Ajagun. Name them. The list is plenty. Nwafo Achebe is there. Of course, Ewere is there. Name them. Very many Biafras who are already not on my screen is so small I cannot name all of them. They are already with us. Right now, we are expecting our special guest speaker in the next few minutes. He is almost rounding up his meeting or gathering somewhere as a traditional ruler of well-known repute. We are expecting him. Before then, let us still discuss some areas that are of interest to us this particular evening. Fellow Biafrans, I have to tell you, since yesterday till today, Voice of Biafra International has been hosting a lot of people, visitors from here and there, callers from different parts of the world, especially from Nigeria and from Africa, let me say. In Nigeria, vobi has been welcoming some calls from the Arewa Republic as well as from the Oduduwa Republic. And each and every caller from any of the nations I've mentioned is pleading to Biafra to fight down that we are still part of the same flagelling federation. I keep on telling them, thank you so much for saying that Nigeria is a flagelling federation. Biafra and the Igbos in particular wouldn't like to be existing within a rickety structure that is quite flagelling. We wouldn't like to inhabit under a roof that is going to collapse and then kill all the inmates. No, we prefer to be part of the Biafran land, that particular Zion. We have said no to Nigeria, and no, we must always maintain. So, of course, this evening, I had almost 30 minutes conversation with a military officer from Nigeria. So, the military officer was indeed humble, quite humble. He sounded very, very polite, very, very enlightened, very, very educated. Of course, he is a graduate, but right now serving as a military officer, not a soldier, a military officer in Nigeria. I spoke extensively with him this evening, so 2 hours ago. He quite understands the Biafran agitation, the Biafran conflict, the Biafran situation. But he is pleading that the problem we are having in Nigeria today is not from the use where it is inclusive, but rather from these outgoing age-old cargoes above 65, 80, 70 years of age who are trying to make life very, very difficult for us in Nigeria. This gentleman, a fine officer, I wouldn't like to mention his name for security reasons, but he is pleading the use of Biafra, the use of southeastern Nigeria, the use from Igbo land, Niger Delta, of course by extension the whole of southern Nigeria, that we should try to bear with them, because even in the faraway north, the average rate of poverty is quite alarming, is quite excruciating. They want us to understand that not every person from the north has a lot of planning, is part of this particular grand conspiracy against Biafra, against the entire south. Within themselves, they are trying to find a lasting solution to do away with all these age-old criminals who do not want the youth to raise their heads. They are saying, since they were born, since we were born, I would obey the present, the agri-minister has been on the saddle, he is still there, he doesn't want to retire. So if they use a chance to try their luck, Obasanjo is still there, he doesn't want to give a chance, he still wants to remain relevant. Jim Mobodo is there, Obemeya Ono is there, Iwanyamu is there, Rochas Okocha is there. All of them, Bob also is there. They are crying. Move down to the southern part of western part of Nigeria. Tinubu is there. Despite the amount of wealth he has amassed, he wants to remain relevant even till God's kingdom come. All these men are a stumbling block to the use of that particular federation, and these are the things that where these are our ongoing agitation. No youth is happy. Remember, when Alhaji Shetima Yerima was a guest to Russia on Voice of Biafra International, he really lamented that even poverty is more excruciating in the north, being made possible by Abuja politicians and some of those top northern people who do not want them to see the light of the day. He is right now making desperate efforts to make sure, he said a few days ago, that nobody come 2019 election, no particular person above 65, 70 shall be voted into power, that we must do away with them. Few days ago, Alhaji, of course, Major Hamza Mustafa was quite emphatic when he said that all these people above 65 are the problems we are having in that particular federation. The moment we do away with them, then there shall be a kind of reprieve and everybody shall be happy. We move down to the western side of Nigeria where the Yoruba Republic is rising. I have been able to speak with the leader of the Yoruba Liberation Command. For the past 1 week, I have been very much speaking with him, and the indications are that we are going to balkanize this country for the very reason that the born to rule mentality has been rising day in, day out. Voice of Biafra International is there for everybody, not just for the Igbos, but for the entire Biafrans, not only for Biafrans. You can now see that the Arewa Republic call us to say what is on ground. Oduduwa Republic equally calls us to say what is on ground. Who now says that the voice of Biafra International has come to be? This is the people's voice. From the satellite station of the voice of Biafra International, Ikenna Obibi Egon is your moderator, assisted by Echezena Udeze, Ume Maslinus, Uche Diji, Uche Lokeke, Judy Chijoke, Mike Okaha, and very many others who are right now logged on to this particular program. As we talk now, Music Biafra, if you listen to our site, is right now playing. We wait for our guest speaker and take a little bit of Biafra music, which is now playing. If you are on with us, bear with us, 2 minutes, we shall be on air. Of course, we are there already. Thank you very much. Now, let us move on to Benue State. Uchenna Okeke. Now, today we are having our special guest, a traditional ruler of Ekoba in Ohoho, Umahia, local government area. Eze Ihaichukwu Nwokenna. Now, this man is a first-class traditional ruler in Biafra land, Uchenna Okeke. What do you expect from him today? Because from what we know, we are going to discuss a lot of things from the transfer of Biafra case against Nigeria from Owerri High Court to Abuja, the docility of Ohaneze, not carrying the people along and not fighting for cause of Biafra. Instead, talking about restructuring, we are going to discuss it today. Of course, the problems of the herdsmen in Biafra land and in the entire southern Nigeria. He equally is going to discuss on it. On them, of course, let me be sure. So, Uchenna Okeke, what do you have to say as we expect our traditional ruler, the first to be on our program?
Yes, the oracle. This is a step we're taking, getting our traditional rulers involved and getting information from them, directing us aright and where we are going astray or if we are not getting it right. I think I want to tell you that he's going to be of great importance to us. He's going to speak as a traditional ruler. He must have known much more about the intricacies of things that is within this country called Nigeria. And in fact, I really want to commend you on this step taking. And I believe that as the world are attentive, listening, and what they are going to hear, in fact, they are going to hear a good message from Naruda. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Uchenna Okeke, for that statement. And let me here also call Ume Maslinus. What do you expect from His Royal Highness or His Royal Majesty this particular evening, Ume Maslinus?
All right, thank you, Oracle. Yes, it's quite interesting that we are having a traditional ruler from Biafra land as our guest tonight. It's quite interesting, at least so that it will not look as if it's all youths and rather that even our elders are also involved in what we are doing. At least from the traditional rulers, When we talk about protecting or guarding ourselves against the invasion of the herdsmen and all that, yes, the traditional rulers have to play a very prominent role in that because they are leaders of the people at the local level. So they know the entire community. They know their various communities very well, more than any other person. And when we talk about protecting the communities, they will be the ones at the forefront, calling on the youth and instructing them on the right things to do. So it's quite interesting that we are having one of them today. So at least from him, we will get to understand how prepared or their preparedness towards all that and how informed they are about the happenings in Nigeria, and even when it comes to Biafra, because sometimes people will try to deceive the world that the issue of Biafra is not it's only the uninformed youth that are agitating for Biafra. But when we have some of the traditional rulers talking about it, it will no longer look as if it is some uninformed youth. So it's a welcome development that we're having tonight. I pray that he finish whatever meeting he's having right now and join us so that we'll discuss and fellow Biafrans will listen and hear from him. Thank you, Oracle.
Thank you very much. Honestly, he sent me message that it's an emergency meeting as a traditional ruler and he could not avoid it. But he prays for our understanding that shortly he will be with us. I'm in regular touch, every minute by minute touch with him. Once he is through, he's going to join us. And let me inform, this evening, an hour ago, the president of BVA Human Rights Initiative, Engineer Dr. Innocent Amade, called to give his support to Voice of Biafra International, saying that he has been monitoring our activities, our program, and is something to write home about. He is craving, saying that he is very much in support, and there is no other voice for Biafra except Voice of Biafra International. Right now, this our brother has been calling from Biafra land. Let me give him the chance to address Biafra. I'll come to you a second, please. Hello, our caller online. You have been indeed bombarding our station. It's time now for us to give you audience. We are here this evening, our brother, with the line ending 2534. We are discussing issues that concern Biafra, especially herdsmen. These herdsmen are everywhere in Biafra land. Boko Haram, their brothers, are everywhere in Biafra land. They are encircling us. What is going to be? Our people are unprotected. We don't have the guns. We don't have the knives. We don't have the wherewithal to defend ourselves. What do you think we have to do as these herdsmen with their AK-47 come in with their cows and cattle and destroy our farmlands, waiting to unleash mayhem on us? What do you have to say? Talk to fellow Biafrans. You are right now on air with us. Whatever you say, Biafrans all over the world are hearing you because you are hooked on to the Voice of Biafra International, Germany. Over to you.
God bless you. My name is Evangelist Uche from Owerri, Pedro. So what people are creating is called Boko Haram, or them Boko Haram. So they have that which are started. And that they are convicts in That's why I have no place to keep them. They don't have land to them. They know that our forefathers not how to farm, even to keep that like them. But they have to keep two apartments in land. So they don't have land.
Yeah, please try and adjust your position. Certain things you said were not quite clear. Maybe there's a kind of interruption somewhere. Tell us, repeat what you said in the last 2 minutes. Please repeat for Biafrans to hear you, get it clearly.
These people so-called Boko Haram, they are not you people come call them Boko Haram. I call them headsmen, ask them.
Herdsmen.
And the headsmen, yes. So they come and assignment to for that which are land before Usman that said. So that was the assignment. In that land, nowhere. We are not giving them chance. We don't have land to teach them. They can go to north because not they have a lot of land to react their attack.
Exactly. Even a week ago, the governor of Kano State said, instead of these herdsmen causing problems in the whole of Nigeria, the best thing for them to do is to move down to Kano State, where they have a large portions of land to accommodate them. Kano State governor has said Kano State is prepared to accommodate, to host all the herdsmen in Nigeria, and they should move down to Kano State instead of marauding the whole of southern Nigeria and causing problems for the people. We are waiting for Nigerian government to respond to this particular offer. This is the situation of things now. Thank you so much. We know these are the herdsmen. Boko Haram people are involved. Nigerian government is involved, even their military. We quite understand, but we inform them and we tell them point blank, they are not going to have any stretch of land in Biafra land as a cattle colony. It must never happen. Yes, it must never happen. Take it or leave it, it must never happen. There is no place in Biafra land that can accommodate the herdsmen and their cattle colony. We have made it abundantly clear. Bishop Chukuma said it. Any governor in the eastern part of Nigeria, Biafra, that attempts to cede any portion of our land to herdsmen for cattle colony shall face the music. And we are stating it factually. We make it abundantly clear. Any governor, be you governor of Ebonyi State, Enugu State, Anambra, Abia, or Imo, any governor in the core eastern state that tries to cede any portion of our land to herdsmen for their cattle colony shall definitely face the music. Time has gone when politicians, when governors used to do whatever they like and get away free. Time for that is gone and is gone forever. Today, the people have risen and it is do our wish or you cannot be there. This is a people's revolution. A people's revolution it is. And the masses of the Federation of Biafra or Nigeria are going to determine what is going to happen now henceforth. We are discussing and consulting. No politician shall henceforth take us for granted. Time for that has gone. Any governor from the Biafra land that tries to cede our land to colony, we are going to wipe the family. Take it or leave it. Let it be a threat. Any governor that tries it, we are going to wipe the entire family. We make bold to say this and we are not mincing words. We cannot lease our land to foreign marauders to use as cattle colony. With time, they have their communities, their local governments, and they take over our land, our state. Go to Turkey and see what happened. That was how it started. That was how it was accomplished. Any governor in eastern part of Nigeria, the Biafra land, that tries to cede our land to cattle colonies, we are going to wipe the entire family. Say I told you, quote me, there's no two ways about it. Over to you, our speaker. Yes, you still have something to tell us? Our brother calling with number ending 2554. Do you still have something to tell dear friends?
What I have to say, don't expect Nigeria to say anything. Nigeria is the agenda to Hamas region, but not on them. As of our own evil. Also, this Boko Haram Biafra is already the Biafra has started somewhere, but I know none of them for Biafra.
Of
To allow us that.
that is true.
Like,
Sambisa forest is there for them. They have not explored the Sambisa forest. They claim they have a large area, portions of land, acres of land. They claim everything in Nigeria they are on the advantageous position. Hold on, please. Hold on, please. Our speaker, our guest speaker gave signal. He will soon be with us. So let me say, they are free to move down to Sambisa forest and establish cattle colonies. We are not going to contest that. But to make any attempt to move down to Biafra land is where they are going to find stiff resistance. Take it or leave it. This is our promise to them. Now, thank you very much for being with us. You have indeed said a lot. Fellow Biafrans, we are broadcasting live to you from the satellite station of the Voice of Biafra International. Our guest speaker gave signal. Few minutes now, he will be with us. Few minutes now, he will be with us. He gave me signal some seconds ago. That's the situation of things. Judy Chijoke, you are there in Lagos. What is the stand of things? Are the Oduduwa people preparing for eventual breakup of Nigeria? Judy Chijoke.
Yes, thank you, Roger, to be the oracle. Well, in regard of my view, you should remember, first of all, I am a Biafran, and I am never a correspondent. When you come in the times of on an update, coming from the Odua side, but from the little information that we were able to, gather, based on speculations and from the way things are presently going, is that they are as well tired of Nigeria. The Oduduwa nation is as well tired of Nigeria. They seem to have, discovered the whole tactics that the present government, which is recognized from the north by the north, is trying to put the whole country as a whole. So, and they themselves felt as well that, if Biafra leaves, where will they be? So I think a lot of them begin, to take a very big bold step in ensuring that they start, making a lot of moves, which we can see a lot of, efforts on the ground presently. On their own side, I believe that they don't want to be left behind. They also are met in the times of security, most especially the food and herdsmen and the attacks on the farm, because every attack in the south is even in the southeast is a total attack. So making a lot of boats there now. In the times of the inland ports that is being built in Kaduna, both in the times of the infrastructures that is being moved down to the northern part of the country, it is a very clear view that in a question of time, the places you thought that are very vital to you people will become noise. So I think their eyes are open now, and they are making a lot of effort. But I wouldn't want to, which I am not very sure of. Thank you. That is my own stake on that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, honestly, Jude, you really observed very, very well. They have woken up from slumber. They have discovered now that they cannot exist in Nigeria without Biafra, and they are very much afeared. I must be candid with you, Jude Chijoke. For the past 1 week, I have been in touch with the leader of the Yoruba Liberation Command, and exactly what you said is their fear. They cannot exist inside the Nigerian Federation after Biafra is gone. That is why they are making desperate, concerted effort to make sure that the very day Biafra is exiting Nigeria, that same day Oduduwa is exiting. Who says we are not on the march? Apart from that, we are having stakeholders meeting and we are going to succeed. Like you said, Jude Chijoke, some 2-3 hours ago, I had a very lengthy chat with a military chat, rather, with a military officer from the far northern part of Nigeria, a Fulani, of course. In fact, he's a gentleman to the core because he read in one of the Nigerian universities. I don't want to mention the university for security reasons. He read in one of the Nigerian universities. In fact, he spoke at length with me saying, Ikenna, look, we understand what vobi is saying. We understand what Chief Owasike is saying. Biafra has the right to agitate for their freedom. But please, why not people cool down, give us chance? Let us see if we can flush out all these old men that are called. I'm not causing them old. I'm not causing them by saying old because one day all of us shall be old. What he was saying is that some of these our elders who do not want us to survive, we should give them a chance to flush all of them out so that Nigeria will be a better place. Remember, there are a lot of people who really want us to live together as one nation, provided everybody benefits from the national care. This military officer is an Air Force officer, of course, Air Force. He spoke to me for over 1 hour on vobi line and said, please talk to your people, give us a little chance. Let us see if by 2019 we are going to use a new political platform and flush out all these men that are constituting hindrance to the development of our youthful aspirations. That's what he said. Like I said, I would like to mention his name for security reasons. But you see, there are people who understand, just like Shetima Alhaji Yerima. He understands the predicament, and I must equally report to our people. 3 days ago, I spoke with Alhaji Shetima Yerima. Alhaji Shetima Yerima is a progressive. He said, look, Ikenna, talk to vobi, talk to Biafrans. Tell them to understand that I, Alhaji Shetima Yerima, I am not in support of marginalizing any part of the federation. That our Abuja politicians, be they Hausa, Yoruba, or Igbo, they are the cause of our problems. That if he has anything against the Biafrans, he wouldn't come to Owerri to commiserate with Wazirike, any other person to talk to us. He's not afraid because he's a good friend to us. So he is pleading that we should all join hands and do away with all these politicians in Abuja who do not want us to progress. The military officer, let me be candid with you, the military officer this afternoon when I was discussing with him, equally said the same thing, that they are not happy in the military, the way things are going. The rate of marginalization, nepotism, favoritism is quite alarming. They are not happy at all. Why they do their job, the senior ones take the glory. They are saying that we should keep on with the pace we are going, discuss with any other person, any part of the federation, and let us see if we can find a common ground and take over leadership from all these people who are dragging us backwards. This is what the military officer in the Air Force told me this particular afternoon. I never knew that they have been monitoring Voice of Biafra International, listening to our programs day in, day out. Now, from this joke, let me now ask Ume Maslinus, what are your views concerning what is happening in Nigeria today, the herdsmen? Don't forget, our guest speaker is through with the meeting. He will soon join us. Ume Maslinus.
All right, thank you, Oracle. I think it has come to the understanding of everyone what their mission is, what the mission of the herdsmen is, and who their sponsors are. Just like Chief Dr. Rafo was pointedly said on I think Punch newspaper of last Sunday. He made it clear who their sponsors are. If the federal government of Nigeria is not aware of or does not have hand in what the herdsmen are doing, it will take them more than 24 hours to flush them out. Dr. Wazirike rightly said, how many are these people? They are not more than 3 million. How can only 3 million people be within every Nigerian? into fear that when they come to your community, they do whatever they like, and you are not expected to retaliate, just like the president said. And that is to confirm that they have hand in what these people are doing. How can a president say he is pleading that you shouldn't retaliate when the herdsmen attack your community, when they destroy your farm, when they kill your people, when they burn down your houses? You shouldn't retaliate. And the security operatives who are supposed to protect the people are nowhere to be found. Even when you see them, they will even be the one to gun you down, and all of them will be counted as the people killed by herdsmen and all that. So it is, I think, it's now understandable what is actually happening, and I thank God the whole situation has now awakened the true spirit in people, because those who never wanted Biafra in the first place are now clamoring for Biafra. Those who were saying that they are not going anywhere now, the question they now ask is, brother, we get this or Biafra, they even concept, no person begin go, don't tire for this Nigeria and all that. So our brothers at the middle belt who never wanted, who believe in one Nigeria administration, they are now clamoring for a republic of their own and all that. So that is, I think, the whole situation is doing us more good than harm, as far as I'm concerned. Doing us more good than harm, because those who never believed in what we are saying, they've not started to believe. Those who call us criminals, miscreants, and all that, they've now come to see the true miscreants and what true miscreants can do. And those they call miscreants happen to be those who saw tomorrow. Because those who have been agitating for Biafra, Dr. Raf was and his followers, they have turned out now to become those who know tomorrow, because everybody now is coming to them to ask them which way forward. Which way forward? What should we do? Should we continue waiting, or what hope do we have? And it gives me joy when they come asking me such questions, because initially they never believed. I remember before this time around, when we tried to sensitize people in Lagos here, when we go to various markets, sensitizing them on the need for us to start agitating for Biafra. What they were telling us, onye go di agwa ya onye ka ya rocha ka luo ọ gịrị na ihe asị ebe akwa ọ na-achọ Biafra ma ekwanụ Biafra na ala and all that. But all those people are the ones now who are now coming to us and asking, beg, which time would they go? We don't, I am more than weak. So, as far as I'm concerned, the activities of herdsmen is doing us more good than harm. That is my belief. It's doing us more good than harm, despite the fact that their approach, their hit and run approach, they ban some people at the dead night when people are fast asleep in their various homes. They ban on them and set the entire places ablaze and kill those they are able to kill and run away and all that. But at least those who are truly Biafra, but the spirit of Biafra in them was still sleeping. That spirit has now woken up. They're all clamoring for Biafra, asking God to give them Biafra so that they will have peace. So that is the little I have to say for now. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much, Ume Maslinos, for your very wise statements. Let me inform Biafrans, Nigerians generally, news filtering in right now from our Ada Biafra, Sister Rita Eberechukwu Anibog, is that former Minister of Internal Affairs, General John Shagaya, is dead. General John Shagaya, former Minister of Internal Affairs, is dead. This is the information filtering in right now to vobi from our sister Ada Biafra, Rita Anibog, that the former Minister of Internal Affairs, General John Shagaya, is dead. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Amen.
Amen.
We may not agree in principle for the very fact that they are talking about Nigeria, we are talking about Biafra. We have always disagreed, but in death, differences are reconciled because it is a fate that awaits everybody. May the soul of General John Shagaya and the souls of all the faithful departed rest in
For the
peace
mercy
in the
of God, rest
bosom
in
of the
peace.
All Lord. Amen.
Amen.
May he rest in peace. Amen.
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 That is that. So we, dear friends, we don't bear animosity for long. Otherwise, life is going to be a monumental bore. We easily forgive. John Shagaya fought during the civil war against Biafra. But that is a long time ago. We have forgiven him. We now pray for his soul, for the good Lord to receive him. After all, he is our fellow Christian. John, he answers. As a fellow Christian, we wouldn't like him to experience hell. We'd like the good Lord to forgive him all his sins, all his atrocities when he was here in the earth, or rather on earth. May the good Lord receive him in the bosom of Abraham, Moses, Jacob, all of them. That when on the last day we meet, we shall say, John, how far? May his soul rest in peace. Amen. From there we move on. We have heard from Ume Maslus in Lagos. Uche DG Accra, are you still with us online? Please, our guest speaker will soon be with us. He is through from the meeting. Uche DG, are you there with us?
Yes, my elbow brother, I'm right here with you.
Yeah, dear friends would like to hear your voice because they like the way you address them. You are quite emphatic and fearless. Herdsmen, generally, what do you have to say? And what do you expect from from His Royal Highness this evening? Talk to dear friends briefly.
Of course, I have been listening to you and also our last speaker, Brother Ume Maslenus. I hear you praying for someone who murdered over 1 million people, praying for his soul to rest in peace. Well, that led for him and for those he murdered. If you forgive him, those he murdered, forgive him. During the time Ojukwu died, the news they give to us is Ojukwu died with Biafra. When they know that the spirit of Biafra cannot die because it's a spirit of God. So I want those that are mocking us is those we are praying for. If they want God to forgive them, let them leave us alone. Let them say, Pharaoh, let them say, the people of Israel, go to your homeland, go establish, go and worship your God according to the God's call. This is how we are. That is what they are going to do before we begin to pray for them. Because when we gathered all the tribe of Biafra, when we gather to pray, we pray to God Almighty to bring confusion to let his people go as he created confusion in the land of Egypt. We did so, and we do it with all our mind. Until Biafra is free, they cannot be able to go with that. We must surely be free, we must surely be independent. And when you are talking about the henchmen, as according to Ume Maslenus, indeed they are doing all the more favorable work, but it is not going to happen in Biafra land. We are telling them to stay there, to stay clear from any part of Biafra land. They are doing us good. That should be their consequences they have caused during the Biafran war, their fathers and their forefathers. What they have caused to our people, murdered our people in cold blood. In thousands of them, those they pushed down to river, those they murdered, embarrassed, and the other rest of them when they are coming home. Those they killed and they sent all the way from Jos through some transportations. And we are very angry. God is angry. The God of Israel is not happy to see his people being murdered. That is the God we serve, a jealous God indeed. So we are telling them to stay clear from Biafra land. Today we are expecting our Eze to come and educate us more, for we to ask him several questions. As I suggested in the earlier time, it is time for we to invite them to ask them questions, because they are being caged. They are looking like people that is being caged, being controlled, not to do what they're supposed to do by the government authorities or the governors, like what we are seeing today in Instead, where a governor will be interfering in the state of the villages or communities, whom to be their either elect or whom to dethrone. So today we are going to get more to him and ask what the way forward for our freedom, for our people to be secure, for our people to be free from bondage, for our people to develop, because I read some of the language St. Daniel Comboni was telling to his Christians when they are asking him, we are withdrawing all the people we are sending to Africa because of they are dying of malaria and other rest of diseases. He tell them the best way to work the African people is to use Africa to serve Africa. That is his emblem. Use Africa to serve Africa. This is the time we are going to use Biafrans, you to serve Biafrans. We are not going to murder or kill or slaughter like a cow. We regard human blood, we regard human. We are not part of Nigeria who slaughtered man and women, even a kid and a pregnant woman without fear of God, without being sympathized to them or their family. We regard women, we regard our people. They are so precious to us, and we are going to say no. Sending those people, those cattle riders with AK-47 to come to murder our people, they are sending Boko Haram to our land. We are saying no. They are sending trolleys to our land. We are saying no to that. And if they persist, it means that they are declaring war against us. The world shall bear with us, shall bear the witness on what they are doing, and give us an advance support. Thank you. This is what I have to contribute.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you 1,000 times, Uche DG from Accra. Let me say, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. That was what Jesus Christ, our Savior, said on the cross. Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. Let us forgive them, for they never knew what they did to us. We are Christians. You know, what keeps us moving, what keeps us going is because we Biafrans easily forgive our enemies. Take it or leave it. In the history of humanity, say mankind, darkness has never conquered light before and can never overwhelm it. Amidst lightness, darkness disappears, but amidst darkness, a spot of light continues to shine. Because we easily forgive our enemies, that's why the good Lord keeps on blessing us, keeping us alive. If not so, tell me, where in the history of any nation had only 20 pounds be given to a singular family of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or more to survive? Just 20 pounds. Don't forget, it was immediately after the Civil War, after our property was confiscated. Despite that, with 20 pounds, come to Biafra land and see the progress we have made. Innocent motors survived from 20 pounds ordinarily. Konoir under Ifeanyi survived from 20 pounds ordinarily. Eme Agwali, the father of internet, survived from 20 pounds ordinarily. Tell me more. Audius Carlo, one of the richest men in the world today, survived from just 20 pounds. Tell me more. Biafran billionaires and millionaires, Ekerson, De Young, Ekenet Lichuku, CEO Motors, name them. They survived only from 20 pounds, meagerly given to us after the Civil War. The intent was that Biafra would perish, but God in his own infinite mercy allowed us to survive from the meager 20 pounds per family. Do I go further? Engineer Iwanyanwu, a millionaire from Imo State, survived only from 20 pounds. Jim Wobodo, Nyanwodo, name them. All the industrialists we have in Biafra land today, all of them survive from near 20 pounds because the good Lord wants us to keep on surviving despite the incursions of our enemy, because we easily forget. Let us pray for our enemies. Jesus Christ will say, pray for your enemies. Even though they don't wish you well, pray for them. When you pray even for your enemies, the blessings supposed to go to them will be diverted to you, and you are multiplied 1,000-fold. Don't forget, Benue State fought us. Then it was Benue Plateau. They fought and killed our people. And we pray for them. Today, are they not receiving the repercussions or consequences of their own undoing? They now realize that Biafra is God's own creation in the world. Let us forgive them. Let us forgive them. Let us forgive them, Uche Diji. Yes. At times I say we wouldn't forgive, but when I look deep into the spiritual, realizing that God has continued to bless Biafra, we say, let us forgive our enemies and tell them go home and sin no more. Our brother in Japan, Echezra Udeze, are you still at work with us? Echezra Udeze.
I'm here, my brother.
Now, Uche Diji is saying, let us say tit for tat, measure for measure. I understand Uche Diji because he still remembers the pains of the Civil War. But are we going to continue dwelling in the past? I am thinking that we have to forgive as good Christians, and that is why God continues to bless us. Don't forget that from meager 20 pounds, Biafrans have become millionaires. Onitsha was built, Aba was built, Owerri, Abakaliki, everywhere was built. So, with all these blessings, can't we forgive our enemies? Our brother H is not Udeze.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. I don't blame my brother.
Please raise your voice a bit, our brother. Raise your voice a bit.
Our brother did you say his mind? Because it's very painful. It's very extremely very painful for what they have done to us. But one thing I know is that it is because we are forgiving them. That's why God is taking us forward. Because grudges makes you to remain stagnant. It makes you to be going backwards instead of forward. That's the issue about unforgiving spirit. When you forgive, you have a way of moving forward. Even that your enemy will be seeing your back only when you are moving forward. So I believe that we should wipe away some certain things for us to go forward to our promised land. All those things they do, it just not much of weight on our promised land. But thank God for Mr. Fair was wicked. Also tomorrow we'll continue this journey. Even though for beginning of people that even though every bad thing have done to us, but he insisted that we should move forward. And thank God we're moving forward today. Thank God for vobi radio. God has given us to carry everybody along. Again, about the issue of herdsmen, you know, like as I said before, this issue of herdsmen is not actually it's not an issue. evil. But only that our people has to wake up to who they are and who they used to be. These men are too small to attack Igbos. They are too small to, for Igbos to be afraid of. Actually, in Nigeria, Nigeria is a kind of a country that doesn't care for human life. But I understand that there is free, should I say, there is freedom for self-determination or for self-defense. We have 100% right to defend ourselves from any attack of any enemy. We have 100% right. And that government has given provision for that. You can defend yourself with what you have. It is on our side to decide how to deal with this investment, even if it is government that send them, or even if they're working for APC or PDP or whatever. It is our own thing to protect and guide ourselves. There is no law in Nigeria that go against self-defense. But the problem remains that we fold our hands, complaining, talking, and keep on talking. Like as I used to say, when I was growing up as a child, I understand that in my community, every father has a gun. My father has, my uncle has, everybody has a gun. And those guns has license. Those guns have license for federal government to protect yourself. And up to today, government has not stopped such. It is still going on. You have some weapons to protect yourself. Those days going to farm, you have your machete, your obituary. When you are going to farm, in case of incasity, in case of something happen, you have to protect yourself. This is the area we have to look into. And this reminds me around 91, 92, 93, 92, 94, when we were doing business at Idumota. Some Yoruba area boys always attack us and took away our goods. So at the time we decided not to run anymore. Because when they came, we run, they took our goods, they wounded us, they even killed some people. So that time we decided to defend ourselves. Every shop bought this long knife, all of which if you have two boys in your shop, including yourself. Once they mess any up, we come out and fight them. That's how that nonsense war stopped. So it is time for us to plan on how to defend ourselves. This is time for it. But if we keep on quiet, if we keep silent and keep on complaining, these people will be coming more and more. Like as you said, these people are not up to 3 million people that is terrorizing over 100 something million people. We have people in our blood who can support. This is not time for contributing money and using it as we want. It is time for us to plan on how to protect ourselves. Mazzob will be doing it. Other groups who call themselves freedom fighters will also be doing it. Not only talking and talking on the radio, calling girls, talking and talking. There is a lot of way to defend ourselves. That's how we have to look into it and find a way of protecting and guiding ourselves instead of keep on talking and talking and talking. The people that is dealing with us understand this. That's why they are attacking us. They understand we only complain. But we don't do anything. We don't do anything to stop them. That's why they continue doing what they are doing. But every time now we wake up to ourselves, they will run away. They will go away. No matter the type of what they have, we can defend ourselves. So this is my contribution here. And also we will also make sure we, as our guest is coming today, it's a traditional ruler. We need to gather and gather our traditional rulers and educate them. Yes, even if they don't know, we need to educate them on what they should do in order to protect our land. We can't leave our land and run away from them for enemy. Since they decided to pull us down, we will reject it and put them down. But if we allow them to pull us down, that means we are gone. We are finished. We are finished. It is time for us to wake up and say no to this. It's time for us to wake up and defend ourselves. Since the government is not doing about it, we can't continue this way. All I'm asking is for everybody to wake up, get something to protect yourself. When we are going to farm, maybe those people living at any area where they attack always, don't go farm alone. Make sure you gather people to go to farm. Get something to no matter how little it is. Gather yourself. Don't just wake up and take 2 or 3 people and go to farm. Gather yourself in numbers, in numbers. So when they see the numbers of people, they will be afraid. But when you go alone, they won't attack you. So this is my suggestion for now. That's my contribution.
Thank you very much, Chesana Udeze, for your own very wise statements or comments. We really appreciate that. Honestly, His Royal Highness just sent a message and said, please bear with me. Let me round up what I'm doing. I will get in touch with you. Valentine Ugoji, are you there right now online with us?
I have more to clarify.
Okay, go on, please.
Yeah, thank you, my able brother and able moderator. People to understand. When they are talking about the word of God, I think that I am well loaded. Jesus Christ himself go ahead to forgive, more especially those who come for forgiveness. We are going to forgive them as they confess their sins, that they are sorry for what they have done to Biafrans and the Biafrans people they have murdered. Somebody will not tell me to forgive somebody who is busy after murdering my people. They are still sending Boko Haram people to go to Southeast to stop killing the farmers, continue burning their farms, continue to nationalize our culture and our way of life. I heard one of our professors in the last broadcast advising our people to go to a land with security. For what reason? We want in a situation where our people will go to farm and feel free. I want in a situation where my people is going to go to farm and come back in peace and happiness. I don't need those terrorists. And have nothing to apologize to any murderer who have given up. I'm not saying rest in peace. He needs to be even buried in 8 feet, not 6 feet. Any murderer that do not confess, do not ask for forgiveness, needs to be buried on 8 feet, not even 6 feet. Yes, because even some of the people that come for healing, when Jesus Christ is moving around, Jesus Christ tries to turn them away and tell them, I did not come for you. Some of them, Jesus asked them, did you want to be healed? So if I should continue to ask people if you want to be healed, let those who are being sorry be forgiven. But those who continue to send those to kill our people, no forgiveness to any pharaoh of the day. We are going to say no to those who our people who marginalize us both in economically growth and rural development. Thank you, my able brother.
Thank you very much, Uche DG. Thank you for being with us. Now, I don't know if Ume Maslis is online. Do you have anything to comment? Or Valentine Ugoji, please, Valentine Ugoji.
Good evening, fellow Biafrans. My name is Valentine Ugoji. I want to talk on the area of the marginalization our people, and also what is happening in this country today. If you look at Nigeria, you find out that the leaders have put a knife between their hands together, and we have fallen apart. And because we have fallen apart, so no amount of plea, no amount of talking, no amount of sensitization can bring us together again. There was a time in 2016, September to be precise, I saw a certain newspaper. It was written that made information from the United Nations that Nigeria is deeply divided. So when I saw it, I thought that Nigeria is divided. And if you look at what is happening in Nigeria today, the effect of the herdsmen, the book, and what ended, they not in the herdsmen situation. You find out Captain Forces started maybe as far back as 2004. They graduated and kept on graduating, and now we are having them as the headsmen. So all this that is happening in Nigeria today is showing you that we are no more one. We have one from the beginning, and we are one if but the problem with them is that they want to go. They don't want to be on your own. They know that once you go, they will make Africa, and we are going to develop faster than every other nation. So that is what they want to confuse us. This is why they want to keep us on the top. That's why they never want us to leave. But I want to tell our people that as I speak to you by the grace of God, Biafra, and one thing, another one thing, we have to come together with the truth. Be it bim-massob, be it Zionist, we have to form a coalition because together we stand united. When we form a coalition, we'll be able to speak with one voice and we'll be able to fight. No matter anybody, any group that is fighting us, if you herdsmen, Boko Haram, we'll be able to push them back where they are coming from. And when we come together as one, nobody will be able to be. Nobody will be able to subdue us. Divided, the enemy will be able to cut in. So one thing I want to tell our people this night is that we should come together. We have to speak with one voice. We need to form a coalition where we will speak with one voice, where we will move together as one. We can be in our different groups, no doubt, but we have to speak with one voice. To say the same thing. What we say in the morning to be what we say at the afternoon, we come to say in the evening, so that we will stand formidable, that no man, no woman, not even the government will be able to share. So anything that is will come together and tackle the problems. So that is one thing I want to build. And another thing is this: we have to do what? Face this enemy, which is Nigeria. If you look at Nigeria today, you find out that all the segments, all the sections wants to break out. Even if the North, the Benues want to go, all segments, the Yorubas want to go, the Africans want to go. So Nigeria has been, as I speak to you now, we have broken. We cannot come together again. Nothing can bind us together again. So I'm talking on our brethren that we should come together, speak with one voice, so that we will march ahead into our promise. And this is our conclusions. Thank you, Oracle.
Thank you very much, Valentine Mugoji. Honestly, our guest speaker has been trying to reach me. If I pick, the team would cut and I wouldn't hear what he's saying. He has tried to reach me 3 consecutive times. Each one I picked, the voice is not quite clear due to network problems. You know, he's calling right away from Ohoho in Omahia, not local government area. I'm still trying to see the possibility of capturing his voice so that we hook on to him right away. While doing that, we keep on, with our discourse. Uchenna Okeke, are you online with us? Of course, Dr. Chukwuma Gemba, London is there waiting for our guest speaker to be on board before he joins us. Uchenna Okeke, are you online with us right now? No, it appears I've lost him. Yes, so what we are saying is we do not fight our enemies much as we try to defend ourselves, because vengeance is of the Lord. And those of them who fought Biafra in the yesteryears are right now regretting every action, every step they took against the Lord's chosen people. So that's the situation of things now. When you start fighting the Lord, know indeed that the consequences shall come inevitably. And that's the situation of things. Let us right now play a little bit of Biafra music as we wait still for our guest speaker. So, from Biafra land, let us hear.
The purpose of the fight
To those of you who are with us online, if you log on to our site, you will see music from Enugu State right now playing. It's on our screen from Enugu State. I don't know if this technique is online with us. Vincent Ekene.
I'm right here. I'm still available.
Is who speaking?
Uche, Luigi.
Okay. Just give us a moment. Music is playing.
Oh, hell Biafra, oh, hell Biafra, oh, hell Biafra, motherland. Oh, hell Biafra, oh, hell Biafra, oh, hell Biafra, all the time. Oh, hell Biafra, oh, hell Biafra, oh, hell Biafra, motherland. Oh, hell Biafra, oh, hell Biafra, oh, hell Biafra, all the time. Motherland, motherland, oh, my beautiful home. Land filled with milk and honey, you will forever be my home. Motherland, motherland, I will never forget you in my life. Land filled with milk and honey, you will forever be my home. Motherland, motherland, oh my sweet, sweet home. Land of the rising sun, you will forever be my home. Amalgamation is over. We are going home. We are going home. We are going home. Amalgamation is over. Yes, we must go to our blessed land. Give us a land, give us a land, give us a land. Britain, we wanna go home. We wanna go to a promised land and want it to Madiana, the God of Israel. Leave us alone, leave us alone, leave us alone. Britain, we wanna go home. We wanna go to a promised land and want it to Madiana, the God of Israel. By the river Niger, there we sat down. Yeah, we were when we remembered Biafra. When the British carried us away in captivity, requiring from us a song. Now how shall we sing to cry bim-massob? And Mr. Boko Haram, extend my greetings to Her Majesty and By the river Niger, the way sat down. Yeah, we were when we remember Biafra. When the British carried us away in captivity, requiring from us a song. Now how shall we sing to bim-massob? And Mr. Boko Haram. Send my message to Queen Elizabeth, and don't forget to let her know amalgamation is over, and we are going home. We will never, never, never surrender. We will never, never, never be conquered. Even the last man standing shall fight to the end. We will never, never, never surrender. We will never, never, never surrender. We will never, never, never get tired. Even the last man standing shall fight to the end. We will never, never, never surrender. We will never, never, never surrender. We will never, never, never be. Oh, hell Biafra, oh, hell Biafra, oh, hell Biafra, motherland. Oh, hell Biafra, oh, hell Biafra, oh, hell Biafra, all the time. Motherland, motherland, oh, my beautiful home. Land filled with milk and honey, you will forever be my home. Motherland, motherland, I will never forget you in my life. Land filled with milk and honey, you will forever be my home. Motherland, motherland, oh my sweet, sweet home. Land of the rising sun, you will forever be my home. Amalgamation is over. We are going home. We are going home. We are going home. Amalgamation is over. Yes, we must go to our blessed land. Leave us alone, leave us alone, leave us alone. Pretend we wanna go home. We wanna go to a promised land and want to be Madiana, the God of Israel. leave us alone, leave us alone. Pretend we wanna go home. We wanna go to promised land. I want you to find your man. Because of his ground. By the river Niger, the way sat down. Yeah, we were, when we remember Biafra. When the British carried us away in captivity, requiring from us the song. Now how shall we sing to bim-massob? And Mr. Boko Haram, extend my greetings to Her Majesty, and don't forget to let her know amalgamation is over, and we are going home. By the river Niger, the way sat down. Yeah, we were, when we remember Biafra. When the British carried us away in captivity, requiring from us a song. Now how shall we sing to bim-massob? And Mr. Boko Haram, send my message to Queen Elizabeth, and don't forget to let her know amalgamation is over, and we are going home. We never, never, never surrender. We never, never, never be conquered. Even the last man standing, your fight to the end. We never, never, never surrender. We never, never, never surrender. We never, never, never get tired. Even the last man standing, your fight to the end. We never, never, never surrender. We never, never, never surrender. We never, never, never be conquered. Even the last man standing,
Have you seen this movie before? You've not seen it? Okay. Anybody that has not seen this movie before, it means you didn't go to war. Accepted? Because you don't know. It's called a Biafra. Our advice everybody to like it. It has a lot. Most of the songs we're singing here, they are all here. Yeah. Imela Ojuku Ime
Adam suru makibemo. When I go back,
take my bullet when I die. Take my bullet when everybody. I'm hearing you. Take my bullet when I die. Take my bullet when I die. to lose my life in the battle of war. Please take my bullet when I die. Take my bullet when I die. Take my bullet when I die. If I live to lose my bullet in the battle of war, Biafra, take my bullet when I die. We are Biafra, fighting for our rights. We are Biafra, fighting for our rights. Everybody, we are Biafra, fighting for our rights. But in the name of Jesus, we shall conquer. Everybody, we are Biafra, fighting for our rights. In the name of Jesus, we believe you.
Quite unfortunately, every attempt made at reaching our guest speaker has proved abortive. Because I tried to listen to him, the echo is there. He cannot understand me. I cannot understand him. Due to, let me say, either network problem or intentional sabotage from the Nigerian government, or probably for the Nigerian telecommunication systems. I do not know what is happening. There are times they keep on monitoring us, and when they discover that we have an important or rather August visitor, they will find a way to sabotaging us. All along for the past 10 to 15 minutes, I have been trying to establish a clear contact with our guest speaker, who is already waiting for us, trying to reach out to us, to speak with us, but network problem continues to sabotage our effort, and I am compelled to rush into conclusion to saying it is indeed a grand sabotage for the Nigerian system. They do not want us to come together or probably to listen to the voice of our elders. But no matter the attempts they make at trying to sabotage our efforts, Biafra is right there in the making, and no amount of concerted effort from the satanic circle will be able to block the emergence of our eventual Biafra. For the satellite station Voice of Biafra International, Music Biafra continues. In the next 10 to 15 minutes, if we are able to establish direct contact with our guest speaker, who is already waiting consciously and interestingly, we are going to fix another date to hearing from him. Until then, fellow Biafrans, we still ask you to exercise a little patience while the Music Biafra continues to play unabated.
Asim, thank you very much. Biafra, anyị nọ n'ebe a. Ụmụnne Biafra, anyị nọ n'ebe a. Ebe kolulani unu dị, ebe kasapụtụ unu dị, olulani anyị dị na ọwụwa anyanwụ, nsọpụta anyị dị na ọwụwa anyanwụ, mmiri sete pụta anwụ awa, ikuku kube pụta anwụ awa. Biafra ga-adịgide wee ruo mgbe ebighị ebi. Biafra ga-adịgide wee ruo mgbe ebighị ebi. Ụmụnne Biafra, anyị nọ n'ebe a. Ụmụnne Biafra, anyị nọ n'ebe a. Ebe kolulani dị, ebe kasapụtụ dị, olulani dị na ọwụwa anyanwụ, nsọpụta dị na ọwụwa anyanwụ, mmiri sore pụta anwụ awa, ikuku kube pụta anwụ awa, kube pụta anwụ awa. Biafra ga-adịgide wee ruo mgbe ebighị ebi. Biafra ga-adịgide wee ruo mgbe ebighị ebi. Ikwere na Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. Ikwere na Biafra, were okwu aka gị. Ikwere na Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. Ikwere na Biafra, were okwu aka gị. Ikwere na Biafra, Biafra, were. Ikwere na Biafra, were okwu aka gị. Ikwere na Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. Ikwere na Biafra, were okwu aka gị. Ikwere na Biafra, Biafra, were. Ikwere na Biafra, were okwu aka gị. Ikwere na Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. Ikwere na Biafra, were okwu aka gị. We must defend our lives always, our baby. We must protect our food from all our food. But if the price is paid for us to forgive, then let us die with our straight up. And after rising from we know by James, beloved homeland of our great hero. We must defend our lives or we shall perish. We must protect ourselves from all our foes. But if the price is paid for here, then let us die without a stay on here.
Yeah, we sincerely apologize to our fellow Biafrans who have been waiting all along for our guest speaker. Every effort made at reaching him has proved abortive. Our guest speaker has been online, but more than 15 times we pick up a call and the services continue to fluctuate, and I could not hear him, neither could he hear me. Much as we understood that he is quite online and I'm trying to reach him, I am going to discuss him in the hereafter to find alternative date when he is coming to discuss with us on the issues that are right now, affecting our people. We deeply once again apologize to our numerous listeners who have been waiting for us. It has been on the expectation as a working now. The traditional ruler, let me say His Royal Majesty, the Eze of Ekoba in Umaya, not local government area. Bear with us. Remember, we are always being sabotaged by the Nigerian government. In the coming days, we are going to reschedule this particular interview, and bet me, take my words, we are going to succeed despite the efforts or concerted efforts of the warring enemy. Thank you very much for being with us. This is the Voice of Biafra International under the auspices of the bim-massob family, led by Chief Dr. Rafu Masike. We have been broadcasting for you right away from Germany in the past 2.5 hours. And right now, because it's too late and most of you must go to sleep, preparatory for tomorrow's work, we have to bring this particular broadcast to an end, saying, may God be with you, and be with you, and be with you. And we say good night as we conclude this chapter of our broadcast with more of Biafra music. Take on and we say, remain blessed. Thank you very much.
Thank you
very much. Biafra,